Hello, this is Tara Lise, and this is my final presentation for Popular Culture in Media class. Right now, thanks to the likes of True Blood, Game of Thrones, and Twilight, bad is the new good. I think it's time for a remake of the 1990s fantasy horror film Clive Barker's Nightbreed. The story centers in a community of mutant outcasts that hides away from humanity. I think that a remake of this movie would be amazing because of what Clive Barker said on his site. The sensitivity of our culture has sort of caught up with Nightbreed. I don't wish to be immodest, but in the general sense is that the movie failed because people didn't want to associate with the monster, and I think our culture has changed. I think our culture is now ready to embrace the ambiguity. You only got to look at Twilight, where obviously the monsters are the good guys. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm enough of a fan to watch and see monsters being celebrated. For the role of the lead, Aaron Boone, I would cast Ian Somerhalder. At this time, Somerhalder plays the bad boy vampire in the hit CW show The Vampire Diaries. He appeals to the fantasy horror audience. He definitely fits the bad boy type, but he also exudes sensitivity, and his eyes make him mysterious. I can see him as a character of Aaron Boone, who is a young man tormented by visions of monstrous graveyard-dwelling creatures and also has a problem with rampant psychosis and drug use. I think he could pull this off flawlessly, and I want to see him make Clive Barker's monsters appealing to everyone. The core audience would be the fantasy and horror crowd. Fans of shows like True Blood and Game of Thrones, and also fans of the horror novelist Clive Barker as well. Fantasy and horror TV shows and movies have been getting more and more popular every year. For advertising, I would definitely have a Nightbreed panel at the San Diego Comic-Con. I would also have TV commercials during shows that are fantasy horror based like Vampire Diaries, Supernatural, Grimm, and Once Upon a Time. I would also put ads into new release fantasy horror type comics as well, and even hit the social media pages dedicated to vampires, monsters, the supernatural, and horror fans. Today, audiences are attracted to monsters, and Nightbreed is about celebrating the diverse and casting of glowing light on what has for so long been deemed evil. The monsters are the good guys in this film, and their sensual, sexual nature should be something to celebrate. To quote the 1990s version of Nightbreed, "You call us monsters, but when you dream of flying and changing and living without death. You envy us, and what you envy, we destroy." Back in the 90s, the average Hollywood audience member wasn't ready for such a thing as monsters are not always evil. We can embrace what was once a darker nature and see that it does have a place on the planet. And what's better is that the average viewer can now see that good and bad are not always the constant. And this new mindset could possibly lead up to even more new and creative projects in the horror and fantasy genre. This can also lead up to the possibility of making a TV series to further the story of the Nightbreed, which I believe is in the works and a definite possibility from what I hear. So anyways, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you again. Thanks.